So I have two words to say. First word is welcome, and then the second word is thank you for being here. So we have 648 participants registered in person, and we have 131 remote attendees. So thank you for your cooperation in sharing with me your name that you're going to participate in person and traveling from abroad. We were able to receive subsidy from TCVB of amount of 8 million yen. So thank you for all your cooperation. So I'd like to start with some organizational things. Please follow IACR Code of Conduct, and please follow the COVID measure recommendations if you're participating in person. So the presentation will be held in main hall, but because the seats here is limited, I will show you there are other rooms in this building where you can also see the presentations. However, the microphones for questions are in main hall only. So it's there and there. So if you want to make questions, please line up. And so those of you who are not in this main hall or you're connecting from remote, please use Zoom chat for questions, and session chair will pick your questions then. And so this is how this building looks like. We are currently in this main hall, and across the hall, there will be a media hall. And if you take stairs and elevators up to the 4th floor, there will be another 2 rooms that's available for you to see the presentations. And there is also a breakout room on the 4th floor. And the first floor where you picked up your badges, there is a travel bureau. You can ask about Tokyo and Japan. And if you're smoking, it's going to be outside, and that is only the place you can smoke here. Lunches, this is served on the 3rd and then the 4th floor. Every day you have a choice from 4 variety of boxes, ordinary bento, sushi, or there is 2 vegan boxes. But I have to give you a very big warning that in this room, there is no eating or drinking is allowed. So outside, please enjoy your lunch and coffee. So coffee breaks comes with Japanese snacks selected by me, myself. So I think they're good. And most of them are available in supermarkets. So if you like some of these Japanese snacks, please go find them at the nearest supermarkets. And for tonight, we are going to have a reception, and food and drinks will be served on this 3rd floor and then the 1st floor. And also, there is going to be a Japanese magic show, which dates since 300 years ago. And this will be performed in this hall starting from 1900. And to those who is participating remotely, we will broadcast this show on Zoom, but there is going to be a separate URL for that. And one of the performance they're going to show us is that you can see it there. So they're going to use these papers to imitate like butterflies, and they will show you the lifetime of butterflies. And I'm really looking forward to that. But again, warning again, it will be nice to see this show here, but the no eating and drinking is allowed in this media hall, main hall, sorry. So from here, I will hand it over to Anya. Would you like to come up? She is a contributed talk chair.
All right, thanks Katsuo. And yeah, also a warm welcome from my side. I'm Anja Lehmann, the contributed talk chair of this year's conference. And Katsuo and I are actually part of a larger organizing committee, the steering committee, which I would like to introduce and give particular credit to everyone who had a dedicated role in this year's organization. So to start with, that would be Dan Bonnet as the chair of the committee, who particularly was organizing or is organizing the Lefton Prize that will be awarded later on today. Then second with a dedicated role was Kenny Patterson, who is a very important sponsorship secretary, because as you know, this conference is only possible thanks to the generous donations we get from, I think now 37 sponsors that allow us to organize such a large conference while keeping the registration costs low and have a kind of diverse audience from industry and academia. So next one to mention are Nadia Henninger and Nick Sullivan, who were both the chairs for the invited talk part of the program. And next one is Mariana Rajkova, who's a scholarship secretary. So her task was to spend part of the money that Kenny raised. And I think she got a record of, I don't remember the number, but it was a record of student scholarship applications. And she managed to give 86 students a travel stipend. So mainly paid by the RWC fund, but also from NSF funds. So I think that's quite an impressive number. And again, only possible thanks to our sponsors. And actually, she also has help from Peter Schwabe, who's not only our webmaster, but supports her with all the handling of the payout of the scholars. And then, yeah, you have known Katsuo Sako, so please kind of thank her every time you see her for organizing this wonderful conference here in Tokyo. All right, how can I click forward? All right, now kind of some quick words to my part. So I was the chair for the contributor talks part of the program, and I was very lucky to have a great program committee that supported me in that and did all the hard work of reviewing the submissions and shaping the program. And I'm not going through the entire list here, but I would also really like to thank all my committee, in particular the one that joined on the last minute, because I actually had to enlarge the program committee thanks to your many submissions. So we had a record of 135 submissions this year, which was an increase of almost 50% from the last years. And I mean, we only have a 3-day conference, one-track program, so we could only accept, as usual, around 37 talks. 2 of them get merged. So this year we had actually a quite competitive acceptance rate of below 30%. And deciding on the accepted talks was quite challenging because more than half of the submissions had only positive reviews. So all the reviews kind of decided this would be a really nice talk to see, and then it was kind of a hard task to figure out which one kind of make it into the final program. So I actually got a few emails when I sent out the review comments that were asking me if I made a mistake with the notification earlier, because everything was positive. And the only reason I could say is, yeah, there was just too many good presentations submitted, and we only had a limited time. So with that, I would also really thank all the authors that submitted their great work. I'm very sorry if it didn't work out this year. Please try again next. Okay, and that's about the contributor talk part that is complemented by this year's 6 invited talks and another invited session on standardization that is organized by, or were organized by Nick and Nadia. Another part of the program is then the Levchum Prize that is awarded later today by Dan. And also we have, as usual, the lightning talk session tomorrow right before lunch. It's half an hour. So everyone who has something interesting to share with the audience can queue up, come to the stage for 1-2 minutes without slides and just present your cool results to us. Nigel will also, as usual, share it and make sure that you don't go over your 2 minutes. Okay, and I think with that, I'm handing back to Katsuo.
Okay, so those who is making presentations, make sure you upload your presentation to the IACR server, which we sent out emails last night. And please come up to the backstage, which is right here, to check your slides. Okay, so that's all I have to say, but before closing this opening session, I would like you to join me to thank the sponsors. So please applaud while I'll go the slides. There's many of them, and we couldn't have made it without their support. Okay, going, we still have more. Okay, thank you very much. So we'll move right into the first session. So please enjoy RWC 2023.